What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And I'm so happy that Chris Cuomo, aka Freedom, is safe and have recovered from this horrific virus that's going around. I mean, he's such a wonderful, wonderful example to all of us of how we should be very diligent and meticulous when it comes down to doing our part to stop the spread of the virus and protect society. We don't want the people that's vulnerable to come down with this stuff. And you know, when you have to take one for the team, he's a great example of how to do that. Look at him. I mean, he's rich, he's famous, and he decided that I'm going to be disciplined and a perfect shining example to my kids and wife and family, and to my loyal, very, very loyal and ignorant audience that watch CNN. I'm going to be all of those things to them by distancing myself and going down into my man cave within my nice, luxurious house and stand there. Now, this is a sacrifice for him. I was shocked. I said to myself, man, I mean, if I was rich and famous, and I mean, I don't even know if I would have the discipline to just go down into the basement and say, hun, kids, I won't be seeing you for about 2 weeks, 15 days or so. I'm sure you could get along without me. So please, whatever you do, don't come down here. I'm going to rope off and tape up the whole entrance, put some plastic around, and make sure that I don't come out. And if I don't come out of here in 15 days, just remember me the way that I was. That right there, as I watched this man, that example, I was almost moved to tears. Now, here he is. He's sharing his emergence from that man cave and his sacrifice. He's sharing it with all of us as he televises this on CNN, his emerging. Let's listen to him. Okay, listen.
All right, here it is. The official re-entry from the basement, cleared by CDC. A little sweaty, just worked out.
Okay, so if you haven't figured it out yet, my tone, my facial expressions, my over-exaggerations, I was being very sarcastic. In fact, I think this man is a complete, total fraud. Absolutely. It would be better if he would just admit it. Let's start here. First things first. The man is coming out of the basement. How did the people up top know? Fire up the camera, get up there at the top of the steps. I guess he said his daughter or somebody might have been recording this. And action. She just happened to be up there. Obviously, he communicated to her. Okay, guys, we're about to stage this whole I'm coming out, video. You stand up there at the top of the steps and give your countdown, 1, 2, 3, and start as I come up. Now, I didn't know I was going to do this. So if I knew I was going to do this, I probably wouldn't have been down there working out. A little sweaty. I just want my audience to know. But because I knew I was going to do this video, I was getting it in so that when I come out, not only can I promote how disciplined and focused I was concerning this coronavirus, but also want to let you know that guess what? Chris Cuomo works out. Yeah, just a little sprinkled it in. Oh, well, I'm sorry, a little sweaty. It's kind of like Elizabeth Warren when she was in her kitchen. Hey, hon, I'm glad you could join me. You want a beer? No, I'm good. Okay, I'm going to go get a beer and come back. Yeah, see, it was one of those situations. So my point, he's coming out, and what he wants us to believe. Now, go with me on the show. I'm looking at the house. I'm looking at him coming up the steps. For 2.5 weeks, this man wants us to believe that he had no interaction with the family. None. He was in the basement the whole time protecting his loved ones by not coming up out of there. No time. How did he eat? Who brought the food down to Chris Cuomo? That's what I want to know. Or did he come upstairs to get it? Whoever was doing that was risking their life. And when he came up to get food, he was risking their life. Did they drop the food down the laundry chute? I'm wondering. Did he just order the food and somebody brought it up to the basement door? I need to know details about this, because looking at the whole structure and layout of the crib, my gut tells me that there probably was some interaction going on with him and the fam during this whole process. Let's continue to listen.
This is what I've been dreaming of.
Dreaming of?
Literally for
weeks. Mm-hmm.
My wife, she was cleared by the CDC. She doesn't have fever. She doesn't have the symptoms.
Now, at this point, I'm starting to question whether Chris Cuomo ever even had this. I really do. I think they probably got together in a meeting and said, all right, we need one of you guys to fake like you got this thing because we want to show our audience how serious social distancing is. And I think it'll be a great opportunity for us to push this propaganda by one of you all staging this whole I'm sick. We're going to be broadcasting from my basement. Then we're going to, throw a quite, release party for you. Release party. Like an album. And you're going to be our example. But the problem is Chris forgot to play by the rules 100% of the time. So his wife, she's in on it and everything.
Anymore, more than 7 days from quarantine. I'm still a little scared, so I'll just give you one of these.
Give you one of these.
Just give you one of these.
Just
give you one of these.
Okay.
Just give you one of these. Bella is, of course, taking the video. So you watch.
So you see all of that? Y'all hear all that? Yeah, Bella's taping the video. Give you one of these. Give you one of these. All of that stuff. But wait. Here's Tucker Carlson. He's adding to the narrative, giving us a better perspective of how dedicated Chris Cuomo has been concerning this whole thing. Let's listen in.
Well, after he tested positive for the coronavirus, which was a scary moment, and we sent our sympathy at the time, CNN's Chris Cuomo started broadcasting his show from his basement. And from his basement, he delivered firm orders to all Americans, stay home, no matter what.
Wag that finger.
All right, so while most Americans are staying inside, or should be, right, if they're not out protesting like fools.
Oh, did y'all hear that sarcasm? Why most Americans are staying inside, they should be, unless they're out there protesting like fools. Well, we're going to find that he was out bike riding with his family or walking in the park or something like a fool. He joined in with us, fools. He joined in with us. He was like, you know what? I'm the biggest fool of all. And I don't want you all to be fooled by my foolery. So I'm going to show you how big of a fool I am by being caught outside, knowing that I'm recognizable. I'm not just Yeoman Johnson riding around or walking outside with my family. If I'm out there, because I like everybody to know I'm Chris Cuomo and I make all types of videos that are unnecessary and have nothing to do with me being a broadcaster because I'm on TV enough. But just in case you're wondering, I also make small little personal clips of me working out for no reason. Just want you to see more of me on TV. Look at me. I'm getting it in over here. I'm Chris Cuomo. So join my show later on tonight. Get more of Chris Cuomo. But I just want to give you just a sample of my muscles and my man body. Okay. So this guy's recognizable. Maybe he forgot. Maybe he thought if I go somewhere where it's remote, you know what I'm saying? They might not recognize me. I can get away with my hypocrisy. But it comes back to bite him. And it always does. Every one of them on CNN, MSNBC, the hypocrisy, Democrats, you name it. Let's continue.
They're not happy about being told to stay home.
And you are, Chris? You're happy about that? They're not happy about being told. Name one person that's happy about being told to stay home. Name one kid when you say, get in your room, you're on punishment for 2 weeks. Go, yay, I get the time to self-reflect and get into my own inner being and feelings. Yeah, thanks, Pop. Matter of fact, could you add a couple days onto this? Okay, because I really want to get in touch with my inner self. Name one person. See, and because Chris Cuomo is a hypocrite and liar, this statement and this judgmental attitude and this sarcasm he's throwing out there to all of those that should be in the house, but they're just being stupid out there protesting, makes him an embarrassment to the whole galaxy, not just CNN. They've been an embarrassment. But now his embarrassing hypocrisy has now poured over so much that it's become vast. It has superseded our planet and has started to spread out into the galaxy. It's in the Milky Way. Let's continue.
Staying home saves lives.
Staying home saves lives.
The rest of us should be staying at home for our mothers and the people that we love.
Y'all hear that? Stay your butt at home for your mothers and the people that you love. Okay? Oh, but that doesn't apply to me. Because, see, I'm mingling with the people I love as I go and travel and check out some houses that we might buy. Was he in that car driving over there with his family with a full-blown oxygen mask on, the zip up? gloves, everything, sitting in the back seat looking like an astronaut ready to take off. Was that what he was doing when he was hanging out with the fam, going to look at property? Thinking about his loved ones? Okay. Maybe he just roped off his side of the car or something, put some plastic. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue.
And to keep us farther apart will ultimately bring us closer together.
There you go.
No matter where the virus goes, the way to stop it will always be the same. Our collective conscientious actions.
Y'all hear that? All right, no matter where, see, and he even looks serious when he's saying these things. No matter where the virus goes, all of that stuff. See, what he's really doing is showing us the agenda of CNN and the rest of these liberals. It is to surrender your power, your sovereignty and freedom over to government's desire, will, suggestions, demands, all of those things, because these things don't apply to him. He's in it with that group that's saying, we want to see how far we can go with forcing the American public to surrender their freedom and sovereignty. And we need you, Chris Cuomo, CNN, MSNBC, all of you, to help us in this propaganda and this task. We want you all to create a perception that everybody's staying in the crib. And what better way to do that than to have one of our own fake this whole thing? And it will be like a subliminal message to all of our audience that we're not separate from you guys. We're doing it too. We're leading by example. Therefore, when they decide, well, wait a minute, I got to stay in the house again, I'm about to go out. You can wag your finger at them, Chris, and tell them, what are you doing? You're stupid for out there protesting your freedom, as I exercise mine by taking my family to the park and going to look at houses and things like that. Let's continue, though.
Staying home.
Staying home. Y'all hear that?
Hey, proles, scamper back to your hovels.
Go on now.
Go inside. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
At that exact moment, while Chris Cuomo was demanding that America go inside and get back to their own homes, he wasn't taking the same advice.
He wasn't?
It turns out that at that moment, he was breaking quarantine himself, despite, as we said, being positive for the coronavirus.
What did he do?
One day, Cuomo was spotted by a passing bicyclist who got into a tiff with him. Cuomo attacked the man later. Listen.
What?
I don't want some jack loser, fat tire biker to be able to pull over and get in my face and in my space and talk to me.
So,
I don't want to hear it.
He didn't want to hear it. Now, see, what's crazy about that is this cat told on himself. You know, now, maybe he didn't tell you all how this random thought popped up in his head about some fat, jackass, tired biker just pops up in his head. Or was he referencing a real life experience? Of course, we find out that this was a real human. That wasn't one of those hypotheticals he was just making up. So now Tucker brings on that fat, I guess, out of shape, tired biker to talk about his experience with Chris Cuomo breaking quarantine. Let's continue.
David Whalen is the jackass, loser, fat, tired biker in question.
Hey, David.
The cyclist Chris Cuomo tangled with.
Tangled.
And he joins us tonight with his side of the story. I don't think we've ever had a jackass, loser, fat, tired biker on the show, but we're happy to start tonight. Thanks so much for coming on.
Let's go ahead.
We have cabin fever, like
it happens.
Everybody that, has these, is in the situation has, and they, maybe they say, hey, we have masks on, we just drove out here.
Yeah.
They don't live there.
Right.
Okay? Right. It's a steel structure.
So y'all hear that? He took his family and his corona to another place where he don't live. It's like, you know what? I'm not going, just kind of like what the Democrats always do. Come on in, illegal immigrants. Come on in. Now we gonna need y'all to shuffle yourselves right into the inner cities where you destroy those urban areas. We don't want you coming out here to our rich suburban areas, none of that. No, we're going to put you in the areas that impact people we don't really care about. And they're used to dealing with struggles and issues and violence and drugs and things like that. So we're going to shuffle you there against their will. We're not even going to ask them, excuse me, do you mind if we bring a whole bunch of unwanted guests into your environment and area? No, we don't have to ask you guys anything. Okay. Here, you guys go there. They never say, you know what, bring all of this change and inclusiveness and all of this diversity to my neighborhood. Where's Nancy? Why don't Nancy say, you know what? I'm not going to show any type of discrimination. Bring all the illegal immigrants right here to my area and pack them right there on my lawn. Don't worry, my butler, my drivers, my chefs, all of that stuff that I got, they'll take care of them. They'll take care of them. But anyway, that shows the hypocrisy. So he didn't even stay in his own neighborhood. He wanted to leave his hood thinking, I could go. So it's kind of like, when you want to really wild out, you don't want to do it in like your area. You're like, let me see if I can go somewhere where nobody knows me. Then I can act a complete fool. But he forgets it's 2020. We got the internets. We got videos. We got all of that stuff. And he gets busted. So let's see how he responds by getting busted. Now, I would think there would be a little humility. If somebody checked me, this old guy's like, yo, man, aren't you supposed to be on quarantine? Now, instead of Chris saying, you know what, sir? You're right. My fault. My bad. Matter of fact, kids, get in the car, honey, start it up. I'm about to roll. This story would have never revealed his hypocrisy. But because he's Fredo, a fake wannabe tough guy, he couldn't let it go. Maybe it's all the weightlifting and the steroids and all of that stuff. Nah, he's not on steroids. He's not big enough to be on those. But in his mind, though, he's a tough guy. Forget about it. Okay? Who you talking to? Like, I'll bust your face. That's what. So he picks on this old guy right here and tells him, what?
Sure. And if I probably would just say, I kind of understand. I would have just moved on. But he told me he was going to meet me. And he goes, you're going to meet me over this. You will meet me again over this.
So wait a minute. Chris Cuomo head? Fredo? The peacemaker? The one who probably gets on and lecture everybody about staying at home and not being a bully. Yeah, that guy. You know what? I got to always remember, turn off the stupid Facebook notifications. Anyway, so this guy right there, instead of staying home and being an example, instead of getting on TV and spreading all of his propaganda by saying you shouldn't be a bully, you should be obedient and stay home, he gets mad after he's caught. That is like you're speeding, doing 110, they pull you over and you get mad at the officer. Man, why you pull me over, man? Because you're doing 110 miles per hour in a 25. Somebody see you know what? You're going to see me again, officer. You're going to see me again. Try telling that one to the judge. Try telling your audience when you get back on the air that, yeah, I was about to beat up an old man. I threatened him because he caught me. Okay, he didn't come to my house knocking on the door. You in your crib? No, he didn't do that. I was in his area and I got caught. And because I got caught being a hypocrite, I got mad at him. So there you go. So the next time you turn on your boob tube and decide to check in and see what's going on the Chris Cuomo show, just know you're watching an actor. I just want you to know that. I don't want people to confuse this man's wonderful acting talent for professionalism, seriousness, nothing in it. We don't want you to watch his soap opera on CNN and the rest of them too. We don't want you to watch their soap operas and think you really are being informed. You're simply being entertained. There you have it. So you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. Check out Extreme Tees. Put Kevin in a promo code if you like their products and you'll get a 20% discount. Make sure you're still subscribed and your notifications are set to all. And also check me out every Wednesday night live, 7:30 on YouTube, Facebook, and my radio blog talk show. And if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free. There's a link below this video. And we will see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner as I stay in my house and be obedient because Chris Cuomo wagged his finger at me and said, you should be in the house. You shut your mouth. You shut it up. Okay. All right. Don't be giving me all that. All that corona going around and you want to go out and try to make a living or get out the house because you ain't got enough discipline to stay at home. Come here, kids. Give me a kiss. Oh, I forgot I'm supposed to act. Can we edit that? Can we edit? Okay, never mind. Anyway, God bless. See you next time. Kevin's Corner.